Hi everyone! I made a poll the other day asking if any of you guys were interested in how I make my MMD videos. 90% of you guys voted yes, so here it is. Make sure you already downloaded these apps. Making Miku Dance, you either download the 9.32 or 9.32 64-bit, and then make sure to also download the required apps to run it. On the same page, you can also download PMX Editor and MME as well. Now we can start the tutorial. For starters, the first step is to download the MMD models. Go to the official Love and Deepspace website, go to Gallery, and then MMD models, download now. It normally takes a while for the models to load, so be patient. Click on the model you want to download. For example, I'm going to download the Savior model. And it will automatically start downloading. Once it finished downloading, you need to extract the file by right-clicking the file and selecting Extract All. This next step is optional, so you can skip it if you want. Lad's chibi models are very small, so the motions need to be adjusted. So I like to make it easier by increasing the model size. Reminder to read the rules of using these models before using them. If you read the notice attached to these models, you are allowed to adjust the height and body shape within limits. For this step, open the model with PMX Editor, go to Edit, Plugin, System, and Size Change Tool. Then increase the size by 2, and then save the model as a different file. Step 2 is to download the motion and stage. I find all of my materials from YouTube, so use whatever you like. Just type in MMD motion download in the YouTube search bar. Once you gathered all your materials, we can proceed to step 3. Step 3 is to create the MMD by adding all the materials together. Now keep in mind, everyone has a different process. And since this is my tutorial, I will show you my own process. I start by loading in the model. Go to Model Manipulation, Load, then select your model, which is a PMX file. Select Open, and then OK. Before adding the motion to the model, go to Bone Manipulation and click Select All. Before I add the motion, I like to add an effect first. This next part is me preparing to add the Ray MMD effect, so you can skip it if you don't want to add it. Step 3A is preparing for Ray MMD. But what is Ray MMD? Ray MMD is an environmental lighting system. It basically makes changes to the environment that helps bring the MMD more to life. I'm checking if the video uses 1920 times 1080. I'm unselecting view settings, display coordinate axis, display ground shadow, and transparent ground shadow. I'm also adjusting the lighting for the effect. I'm changing X to 0, Y to negative 0.1, and Z to 0.6. Now we're back to step 3. Once you selected all the model's bones, we load in the stage. Now we add the motion to the model. Go to File, Load Motion Data, and select the motion you want for the model. I'm using Mafuyu's motion. Click OK, and wait for it to load. It takes a while. Normally the motion file is just one, but for this song, the facial motion is separate from the body one, so I have to load this one separately by selecting all the facial frames. Do the same for the stage if it has one, by selecting all bone manipulation again, and then loading the motion. Also do the same if you are loading more than one model. Since I'm using all 5 of them for this MMD, I will be doing the same thing for the other floor. For Ray MMD, I have to make sure all the models are placed before the stage. I do this by going background, model draw order, select the model, up or down, and then OK. Make sure you are at frame 0. Then add the wave file by going File, Load Wave File, select Wave, then Open. After I load all the models, I like to check if all the motions work. Step 3B is adding Ray MMD. This part is also skippable. I'm adding it now because the motions are loaded. I can't give a detailed explanation because I always use a tutorial. I will link the tutorial I use below if you want to follow. But here is how the process looks. Step 3C, adding the camera motion. Lad's chibi models have big heads by default, and a smaller body, even when sizing up. The camera motion has to be adjusted. So we have to manually select each frame and adjust the camera by changing the frame. Most MMDs don't make changes to the frames and use it as it is, but is always necessary for Lad's models. Unless maybe you decrease the head size, but I love their big heads, so I bear with it. To change the camera frame, we need to use multiply of camera frame position tab. It looks really, overwhelming, but you get used to it the more you use it. So first, camera X is equal to the left and right. Camera Y is up and down, and distance is how close and far the camera is to the model. Your left is negative, right is plus, up is positive, down is negative, close is positive, and far is negative. So as long as you understand the positives and negatives numbers, you'll be good to go. I start by finding the beginning and end of the first scene, which is in this case Xavier. The start scene is always frame 0, and the end of the scene is frame 433 from what I found. For the end of the scene, I normally look for 2 diamonds that are close together, so now I know that 433 is the end of Xavier's scene. Once you find the beginning and end frames, you input the numbers in the slots. The first slot is the start of the scene, and the next one is the end of the scene. And then I click range select. What this does is it selects all the frames in between, so I can edit all of the frames at once rather than having to do one at a time. I will now demonstrate how to edit the frames using Zane's scene. After I click range select, I go to that window. I edit the distance by -20, and then I see, oh, I have to make the camera go down. So then I edit the camera Y by putting -2. And then I check if I like this new camera angle. We repeat the exact same thing for every scene until the end of the model's motion. We go to the starting frame and find the end of that scene. Range select and then edit the camera position. The same cycle over and over again. During the camera editing process, I always go back to look at the official MV to make comparisons so I can see if I'm using the right angle, position, or frame. Remember to save your project. MMD can randomly crash at random moments, so always remember to save so that you can keep your progress. Step 4 is adding the other effects if you already put Ray MMD, or adding all the effects. After I finish editing the camera, I normally add the effects. Go to Accessory Manipulation, click Load, then select an X file, which is the effect you're going to use. I'm going to be using the pink petals. Click Open, and then it will show up. Step 5, save project as an AVI file. Find the last frame of your MMD and note it down somewhere. For this video, it is 3989. Go to File, Render to AVI file, and choose where you want to save it. Then a pop-up will appear. Make your FPS 60 and make the recording be 0 and then the end frame of your MMD. This will make sure the WAV file is included. Select Output Wave. For video compressor, choose whatever you like. I downloaded UT video for it. Click OK and wait for it to save. Step 6, export it to MP4. You can use whatever program you like to export, but the one I use is Handbrake. Locate the AVI file and drop into Handbrake. Select only Web Optimize and align AV Star. Choose where to save the MP4. Press Start Encode. It will only take a few seconds or minutes compared to rendering to an AVI file. And there you have it. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below. Links will be included in the description. Thank you so much for watching.